Are you wondering why you're still sick? Have you been diagnosed with something and it hasn't helped you get better? Well, if so, then you are in the right place. So, today we're going to talk about the reason that diagnosis is outdated. So, a diagnosis, it's really just your MD putting a name to all your symptoms. And having a name for your symptoms doesn't change your symptoms or change what you can do about them. It just names it. And often that name comes with a match for some kind of therapy to address those symptoms. But if you have a diagnosis, yeah, the symptoms are problematic, but the symptoms aren't the cause of what's going on with you. So, what are your options once you get a diagnosis? Well, number one, it's usually medication, and medication can be okay in the short term, but medication doesn't address the root cause of the symptoms. So, you're going to have to keep taking it if you don't fix the root cause, because you're still going to keep having those symptoms. Even if the medication works to get rid of the symptoms for a little while, you're going to have to keep taking it to keep those symptoms at bay. Medication is really like have you ever seen the check engine light come on in your car? Probably, yeah. What do? Well, you take it and find out what's causing that to happen. Well, if you think about your symptoms as the check engine light, that's what they're really for. They're telling you to check what's going on. And if you just put a medication over those symptoms, it's really like putting a piece of duct tape over that check engine light, not finding out what's actually going on. So I like helping people find out what's actually going on so we can fix the root cause. And then you don't need stuff like medication. Another option is surgery. That's pretty invasive and should really be a last resort. Um, if you've been told you need surgery for something, always get another opinion. I'm happy to give you another opinion anytime. Another option, and this is a real common one because often Western medicine doesn't have a good solution for chronic symptoms, especially any symptoms really, but especially those chronic ones, is just live with it. That's hard. It becomes the focus of your life when you have chronic symptoms. They kind of run your life. Have you had that experience? I know I have with the chronic symptoms that I've had, is that I have to plan everything around what my symptoms are. And it affects my activities, it affects my relationships, it affects my mood, everything. And just living with it, it's not the option I would choose, that's for sure. Um, I don't want to just live with it. I don't want to have symptoms run my life. I choose to live life on my terms, and I love helping people live life on their terms. So if you've been just living with your symptoms, maybe it's time for another opinion, like with me. Um, Option four here, and my favorite option is to find the root cause. And this is what I am really good at. So how do we find those roots? One way that I start is by just talking to you and figuring out how long things have been going on and the relationships between the symptoms that you've had. Lots of times, symptoms start at the same time that some other event started, and the my clients often don't put that together, but they might say, "Oh yeah, that started 10 years ago. Oh, what happened 10 years ago? Or what were you doing around then? Oh, that was when I got divorced," or something like that, some big traumatic event. So getting to the roots of the problem is figuring out where it started, when it started. And then the other piece that I like to look at is to look at your blood work. And I know you may have normal blood work, and that's fine, but normal isn't always functional. So I like to look at it from a functional point of view, which doesn't just involve looking at the numbers and seeing if they're within normal range. It involves looking at the numbers and seeing how they relate to the other numbers. And that can reveal a lot about what's going on in your body and what the roots of the symptoms that you're having are. So the idea is that we find the roots of those symptoms and then we work to create long-lasting internal change. How do we do this? Well, I like to start really simply because I don't want to overwhelm you. If you're having chronic symptoms, you're probably already feeling some sort of sense of overwhelm. So starting with just changing a couple of things each month, and maybe adding a vitamin D supplement, maybe adding another couple of supplements, maybe taking out something from your diet, maybe in putting in a ritual around your sleep routine, or just finding 10 minutes a day that you can take for yourself. Lots of ways that we can start resetting how you live your life and how your internal health is functioning. We all have stress coming at us from outside, and that can overwhelm us if our inside stress is too much. So really reducing that stress on the inside, whether it be from chronic underlying infections or that your gut isn't functioning properly, any of these things can really affect how you process any stress in your life, including external stress. So reducing that internal stress so that you're functioning better is a huge key to addressing the roots of whatever symptoms that you're having. So next steps. What do you do? How do you figure this out? Well, I offer a free consult. So this consult is to figure out if this is a good fit for you. What the work that I do, not everyone is eligible to experience it, and not everyone is going to benefit from it. So I really want to make sure that you are the right fit for my work, and that I can help you so that you don't waste any more time, any more money, any more energy on trying to get well. So if you're anything like the people that I've worked with before, you've already been through so much. You've wasted lots of time, lots of money, lots of energy on appointments, therapies, supplements, food, diet changes, prescriptions, all kinds of things, and you're done. And I get it because I've been there. So if this sounds like a good fit for you, please reach out and give me a call. I have a Calendly link that I will post in the comments, and you can schedule a free half-hour consult with me, or you can email me at happynerves@gmail.com, or go ahead and text me at 802-989-4680. Really look forward to helping you, and I'm so glad you listened to me today.